Hey guys, it's Mary Ellen. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm starting something new that I've been thinking about for a while. Every year, I kind of reevaluate the planners I've been using, how they're working for me, how they're not working for me, all of that. This year, I've decided that I really need to focus more on function and productivity in my regular weekly planner because I've been feeling really overwhelmed and I feel like I just need a change. Sometimes we need to switch up our planner lineup in order to feel more motivated, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I have been using a Happy Planner for 8 years as my main planner, and I still really love it. I really, really love Happy Planner, especially decorating it. But lately, I've found myself needing a system that helps me get more done and manage everything on my plate a little bit better because I'm feeling sort of out of control. So I'm starting to explore some other planners that might work for me. Now, don't worry. If you're a Happy Planner fan and if you watch me for Happy Planner content, it's not going anywhere. I am not abandoning Happy Planner. I'll still be posting Happy Planner videos, especially since I'll be making spreads for my Patreon members every month, and that's not going to change. So you'll still see that content. I'm also pretty sure that I'll be using a Happy Planner for my creative journal this year because I kind of missed that, but I haven't totally decided yet. This is the first video in a little series where I'll be doing deep dives into different planners, flipping through them, testing layouts, and just seeing how they might fit into my life, and obviously showing them to you guys too in case you haven't decided on your planner yet for the year. Because I know a lot of you are going through the same thing right now. You're trying to choose your lineup and you're trying to figure out what works and hopefully some version of like planner piece. And I'm right there with you. Sometimes we just need to try something new to see if it helps. And that's what I think I'm going to do this year. I think I know which planner I'm going to be using for my work planner. So that video is going to be sort of separate from these other ones. But this is one of the ones I'm considering for my regular weekly planner. Let's unbox my Moxy Life order. This is a brand that I've been wanting to try for quite a while. I did reach out to Moxy Life and I asked them if they wouldn't mind sending me a planner that I could show to you guys and that I could consider for my 2026 lineup. So I did choose my particular planner that I wanted, and they said they threw in some extra goodies. So I'm excited to see what's inside. Thank you so much, Moxy Life, for sending me this stuff. So Moxy Life is more than just a planner. It's like a goal setting system. And like I said, I've always wanted to try it, and I'm really trying to be super intentional for 2026 and be more productive. So I'm hoping that, if I decide to use this one, that it will help. Let's see what's inside. It says, building inner wealth is our definition of success. Enjoy your new tools for purposeful living. All right. Ooh, goodies. So this looks like pens, highlighters, I guess. Ooh, what a nice case. This feels good. Double-ended soft highlighters with a chisel tip and a bullet tip. Color-coded with the Moxy Life areas of life, plus a bonus Moxy gray color. These are the colors you get. They look like mild liners, and they probably are pretty much like mild liners, but we'll test them out in a minute. So this is the bookmark trio. So this says weekly actions, monthly goals, and annual goals. So we'll be able to pop these into my planner. And then I have a stencil bookmark here. So this is made out of metal, and you can see it has like the bullet points here and some other shapes and little boxes and stuff. This is what I'm most excited about. Look at the bag it comes in. It feels so luxurious. All right, let's move this big box out of the way so I can see what's what. So they did also send a doc grid notebook, A5 size with 60 pages. Oh, that feels kind of good. Oh, I've never actually tried Moxy Life, so I didn't know much about their paper, but I heard good things, and this feels good. Feels very smooth. And we'll be able to test our highlighters. Actually, let's do that right now before we look at the planner. We have the blue. These are nice colors so far. I love that they're not like super bright colors. I love the more muted, like mild liners, the more muted markers in general. Ooh, that one's nice. These are double-sided, so you have this side is going to be the thinner side. So let's just write highlighters with this one so you can see the thickness. Ah, it did not center it. Ooh, that one's pretty too. So these are the colors of the markers. Now let's dig into my planner because I'm very excited. I'm seriously excited about this planner and to see it and feel it in my own hands. Okay, so this is a nice bag. Moxy Life on the one side, small steps, big shifts, live differently. So nicely packaged in a box. It has bubble wrap, everything's packaged nicely, and it's inside this bag. Okay, look at this beauty. This is the one that I chose. By the way, I'm not yet in the affiliate program with Moxy Life. They're currently revamping their program, and I have to wait until the new program comes out before I can apply. So I don't have a discount code for you today, but hopefully you can find one from another YouTuber somewhere. And as soon as I do get a discount code for you, it will be included in my video descriptions. It's just, I don't have it yet. This is their 2026 weekly vertical planner, and I got it in the style Flourish. The planner is 7x9 and it retails for $78. I know it's a little more on the pricey side for a planner, but you're going to get a lot in this planner that you wouldn't find in a regular planner, so I think it's going to be worth it. It does have this vegan leather cover, which feels really nice. It's smooth and it's thick, like it's just a nice cover. It's also reversible, so you can take these off, like, and flip them over. I'm not going to do it now, but you can do that. So you get like two covers in one. It does come with a bookmark. If I decide to go with a coil-bound planner this year, I've never consistently used a coil-bound planner, so that would be an adjustment for me because I'm used to being able to take the pages in and out. But let's take a look at this one. So here's your name page, some information here. This is your 2026 overview. You do get some lines under each month to be able to write in what you want, and down here is a dot grid section. I love that they include these pages in the planner. I'm going to have to sit down and read this whole thing because, like I said, I'm unfamiliar with Moxy Life. I want to learn how to use this before I decide if I'm going to use it. I want to see what all of the hubbub is about. So it talks about getting started. It talks about the steps here. This is the life compass, and this is something I've sort of been doing on my own without an actual planner to figure it out. But I've sort of been like assessing my life categories as I go along in life, and I pretty much know which categories I think I need to work on and which categories I'm pretty good on. But I love that I'm going to be able to be more intentional about it with this. So you have personal, fun and recreation, work and learning, family and relationships, health and wellness, spiritual and personal growth, financial and physical environment. The first step is to fill out these assessment scoring pages. They have sentences under each one to score yourself on. So for example, physical environment, it says, my spaces, homework or otherwise, feel safe, clean, and supportive of my well-being. So you would score yourself 1 to 10 on that, 10 being the best. It says 1 does not apply and 10 strongly applies. Step 2, in each area of life, add up your ratings and divide that number by 8 to arrive at an average score. Step 3, fill in the sections on the life compass that correspond with your score. Each area will have different parts of the pie graph shaded in that coincide with the rating you've given to that area. So like this, there's your example. You guys have probably seen this online before, but if you're new to this. Okay, then you have an intention page. It says, what could I use more of in my life this year? What could I use less of? What characteristics would I like to nurture this year? So it talks about your intentions for the year, gives you different prompts. And then it does have a space for my word of 2026, which I really like because I have already selected my word. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I have selected my word. So if I use this planner, I will be filling this part out. And then it has some pages about setting goals and writing down your goals, 3 types of goals. So it has a lot of information for you to go through and for me to go through. to learn about this sort of thing. I'm not new to goal setting by any means, but I have a feeling I'm going to be learning something from this anyway. So I can't wait to dig into that. Things to consider in each area of life when writing goals, and it gives you like ideas. So keeping on the physical environment thing, so we have home management, housework, school, car, garage, organization, garden, pets, possessions, that kind of thing. So my goal for 2026 really is to get my life together. Like I feel like it's out of control lately. And that's what drew me to Moxy Life, because I just feel out of control, and I feel like I need to rein everything in and start like systems and routines and like sort of dial it all in, because it feels sort of wishy-washy right now. And sometimes my life gets like that. It's usually like that because I do have ADHD, but sometimes it gets like worse. And right now it's like at an all-time, not all-time, I shouldn't say that, but it's at a high point of like disorganization, and I just feel like I need to figure things out. So I'm excited to try to do this. This says use this space to create a list or mind map of ideas, dreams, and goals for the coming year. Have fun. The possibilities are endless. So here are the guts of the goal pages. We have our annual goals, and it breaks it out into those categories, which is great because I love categorizing things, you guys. I do. I categorize my to-do list, and I categorize lots of things, and it makes me feel more in control when I can put things into categories. So for each category, and they're really calling them areas. They're calling them areas of life. But it has like a big dot grid section. It has a line that says focus here. And then it says, how would my life feel if these family and relationship goals came true? And it has the same sentence for each one, and then they change, you know, the area. I love that they're color coded because that really helps. And I love that they gave me the markers that are color coded too. So here's a blank vision board, and it talks a little bit about, you know, how to do the vision board here. So you have 2 pages of that. Idea garden. Whoa. Use the space to plant any ideas you have for future goals and projects. I could totally see myself drawing flowers, like planting my actual idea garden. Every day is a fresh start. Just begin. So it's a blank page here. This is dot grid and this is blank. I know it's probably hard to see on video. Okay, so here is what your monthly is going to look like. We have just your monthly calendar here, a note section here, and then the next month's calendar down here, really small. So we had our annual goals before, and now you're going to take those annual goals and you're going to break them out down into monthly goals, right? So this is your January goal page for all those different areas of your life. So it's the same thing, it's just January. My only problem with this planner is I could see myself taking on too much at once because I get very, very excited, and sometimes I am like 100% or 0%. And when I get into 100% mode, look out world, because I am an organizing fiend and I'm a planning fiend, right? When I get in that zone, and I can take it too far. So I get very, very excited about this kind of stuff. That's my only hesitation about using this particular planner, is I'll take it too far and then I'll feel bad about myself. And that's something we don't want to do. You know, we need to be realistic with our goals. Having all these sections here is like, ooh, I know what I want to focus, but because already the ideas are like going around in my head. I'm like, wait, slow down, Mary Ellen. This is only January. So, you know, whether you choose to only focus on like 1 or 2 areas, or you just do set small goals in each area, that's up to you. I don't quite know yet what I would do. This says, reflect on your week. Use these reflections to help guide your actions for the coming week. Adjustments, lessons, not working, working, and wins. I like that. It's always important to reflect upon what's working and not working. Gives you some tips down here. And then here's your weekly actions for those monthly goals. I love that it's color coded, you guys. I am really loving that because it makes it easy to just see at a glance, you know, because you're writing the goals and you're writing your annual goals and you're writing your monthly goals, and then you're breaking it out into weekly actions, and they're color coded, and that just makes a lot of sense in my brain. Each of these sections is lined. And this is what the weekly looks like. This weekly really appealed to me when I saw it online. I would have to get used to the sidebar being over here because I'm so used to the sidebar being here that it's like, whoa, why is it here? Each day has like pretty faint lines. If I decide to use this, probably what I will do is break it out into sections. I could see like creating a line that goes all the way across and then having my top part be just like my plans for each day, like any appointments I have or whatever. So they're all at the top. And then I think like going into to-do lists or even some journaling in there, I'm not sure yet. So down here, I think this is intended for breaking out your goals into steps for each day because it does have like the little life wheel down here, very small. Probably that's what's intended. Of course, I haven't read everything yet, but that would make sense to me. Over here, you have 7 habits for the week, which is awesome. 7 habits is a lot. I'm trying to get my routines down and getting better at certain habits that I've been like kind of slacking on. So I think this is great. And then it keeps going. It's going to look the same. I also love how they give you a little box at the top here. There are so many things you can do with that one little box. I don't know what I would do yet, but there's a lot you could do. Okay, so after all your weeks, we have a monthly reflections page. My biggest wins this month, things that are currently not working or working, what I learned, what improvements I'm gonna make, habits to nurture next month, all that kind of stuff. I love this. Rate my overall satisfaction this month, 1 to 10. And I think that's important because if you're rating it like a 2 and nothing majorly bad happened in your life, then maybe go back and see what you were doing that made this a 2. Like what area of your life is lacking. So I really like that. Life is too short to live by someone else's rules. This is a completely blank page at the end of your month. So for February, we have a little color. January, was that like blue? I thought it was gray. It's actually like blue-gray. For February, it's red, pink. We have the same pages for February. And the weekly is exactly the same with no color, which I like. Let's see what March looks like. Okay, so March is green. April's gray. May is yellow. I like that it changes up every month. June is blue. I guess we're going back to, no, this is like a turquoise and then we go back to like the blue and then I guess it repeats. Oh, purple. All right, well, they're different colors. I guess depending on like the month, like October's orange, that makes sense, you know. Yeah, let's check out the extras in the back. By the way, I want to tell you that these pages just glide over that coil. Sometimes you have planners that are coiled that are really difficult to like push over the coil. I'm trying to think of the planner. I think I had simplified planner and for some reason that one wasn't gliding very well, but this one is like sweet. Okay. So I just saw this quarterly compass page after December, so I missed those. This is quarter 4. So we probably had one after March, after June, after September, and now after December. You've been working on your life goals and intentions for 90 days. Follow the steps below to assess how things are going. So you're going to assess this again and see what kind of changes have happened. Have any changes happened in the areas that you need improvement on? It keeps you accountable, you know? I like that. Talks about like, oh, overall my scores increased, decreased, stayed the same. What personal actions contributed the most to these results? 3 words to describe how I generally felt over the last 90 days. Where is my biggest opportunity for growth? What area of my life will be my main focus over the next 90 days? You have a lined page here and a blank page here. Okay, so now we are in the extras section in the back. We have a 2027 calendar that looks just like the 2026 one. And then we have lined pages, 1, 2, 3, 4 front and back lined pages. And we have a pocket folder with a reflections notebook. Let's see what this is about. 2025 year-end reflections notebook. 2025 year in review. Okay, so it's just like those quarterly reviews, except it's the whole year. And so this is going to be a reflection about your entire year that you can fill out at the end of the year. You can write your scores for the different areas as they are now and as they were in the beginning of the year, and then you total them up and see if they've increased, decreased, or stayed the same. I think the scoring is so important because your goals are supposed to be measurable, and I am very guilty of not making my goals very measurable at all. And I think this is going to help me to actually see what's changed and not just like having it in my mind or like in a journaling situation. Like this is definitely very specific. Then you can write about the area of your life that increased the most and the area of life that increased the least or decreased the most. Hopefully it won't decrease. Reflections, 3 words to describe 2025, 3 words to describe how I felt in 2025. What am I most excited about? What areas of life will be my focus? What am I going to say no to? What am I going to say yes to? So it's like planning for the coming year as you're reflecting on the past year. What wins did you have? What were highlights and memorable moments, challenges, lessons, growth, gratitude? What's working, what's not working, impact, adjustments, a letter to me. I like that. That's fun to read at the end of the year, you know. Use these blank pages to bring up more reflections. Okay, that is that little booklet. Then we have some stickers here in the back. These are in the colors of the life areas, which is really helpful. I love that the highlighters are those colors because that's just super helpful when I'm highlighting things in the planner. Okay, that was a lot of stuff in that planner. This is how thick it is. It's not too bad. I am someone who does not like any ghosting or bleeding in my planner, or at least I like it to be minimal. So I'm going to do a pen test for you because I actually want to know too. Like I said, the paper feels really good. It definitely is very smooth. There's not a lot of tooth to it, I don't think. I mean, not if I'm comparing like Happy Planner paper. It feels smoother than that. Let's do some testing. So I have a Shuttle Art pen. This is a gel pen in 0.05. I have a Tombow mono drawing pen in size 0.8. And I have a Tombow dual brush pen in black. And then I'm also going to try a couple of these highlighters too. These are pens I regularly use in my planner that don't cause a lot of ghosting or bleeding. I mean, Tombow's will in the Happy Planner if you really like color in, but yeah. Okay, so let's start with the Shuttle Art pen. It does feel nice to write on this paper, I will say. And we'll just do some lines with these. Actually, let me use this one. It's darker. Okay. Oh, we'll do the red one too. All right. The moment of truth, people. Let's check it out. It's all good, you guys. It is all good. I had a feeling there was not going to be any of that, but I just wanted to test to be sure. I cannot see it at all. I know my eyes aren't great, but I cannot see it at all. Like if you hold it up, you can probably see it a little bit, but like not even much if you hold it up. This is really nice paper. I'm very impressed with it. So again, that's something that's super important to me. And if you're a planner person, the paper is probably very important to you too. So I just wanted to make sure that we did that. One thing I forgot to mention about this reflections notebook is that it does say 2025, but keep in mind that you're getting it in 2025 to prepare for 2026. So you are reviewing, you know, your year. Now, if you're somebody who hasn't used a Moxy Life planner like me in the past, you can kind of just think about it overall, and it won't be a specific score, but you can reflect upon your year, and you can also fill out all the prompts for the new year. So that's why it says 2025. So overall, I'm really impressed with this planner. However, I still have other planners coming before I decide which planners I'm going to be using for what. So stay tuned for more of those planner reviews as I try to decide what I'm going to do for 2026. It's a tough choice, you guys. There's a lot to consider. Let me know what you think about this planner, and have you used Moxy Life, and what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments which planners you're using for 2026, because it is an exciting time of year, you guys. I get very excited about it, and I know a lot of you do too. So I'd love to hear from you. And I do read all my comments. I'm just not able to respond to every single one, but I read them all, and I appreciate every one that I get. So thank you. That's all I have for you today. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.